Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to this countdown information session. My name is Jay Herratti. I head up the TEDx program here at TED. I am delighted to have a co-host with me this morning, and not just any co-host, but someone who is leading the Countdown Initiative with all of us here at TED. Lindsay Levin. She is the founding partner of both Leaders Quests and Future Stewards. Those are two organizations that are focused on how to tackle tough global climate problems. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Jay. It's great to be here, and hello, everyone.
It's great to have you. You have been with us, joined forces with us at TED since the very beginning of this and brought in a lot of energy and expertise. We're so lucky to have you, and I'm lucky to have you as my co-host this morning.
Well, thank you. I feel incredibly lucky to be doing this work and with so many fantastic partners.
That's great. And now hopefully like almost 425 more of those. So let's dive right in, Lindsay. Can you tell our guests, what is Countdown?
Yes, of course. The first big item on our agenda, what is Countdown? Well, it's a global initiative to champion and accelerate solutions to the climate crisis, turning ideas into action. The goal? To build a better future by cutting greenhouse gas emissions in half by 2030 in the race to a zero carbon world. A world that is safer, healthier and fairer for everyone. Countdown runs from now until the end of 2021, when we have a major summit planned and events around the world. But now today, we want to focus on what's coming up for our launch in October 2020. We've zeroed in on 5 areas where action has the most impact. And the challenge is we need to address all of them. Countdown will explore answers to 5 big questions. In energy, how rapidly can we move to 100% clean power? In transport, how do we upgrade our cars, trucks, ships and planes? In materials, how do we reimagine our cities and remake the stuff around us? And in food, how can we spark a worldwide shift to healthier food systems? And finally, maybe most importantly, nature. How can we protect and regreen the earth and re-blue the oceans? On 10/10/2020, we'll launch with 5 hours of brilliant TED Talks, interviews, animations, performances, and other surprises, delivered by scientists, business leaders, mayors, activists, artists, and celebrities, all with the goal of making sense of what's happening and inspiring people to action. We've designed this as 5 one-hour sessions, each with a rich, diverse mix of content. TED's customary blend of actionable, research-based backed ideas and moments of wonder. So here's what you can expect. In the first session, where are we and why do we need to act? We'll explain climate science, the crisis and where we are today. We'll describe the race to zero greenhouse gas emissions, what that means and what we need to do to get there. Then in the second session, we'll look at the path to resilient regenerative economies. How do we put climate back on the political and social agenda? How do we create a cleaner, healthier, fairer future for all people on the planet? And what businesses can do and are doing to transform and transition. In the next session, we'll bring to life the future of energy and transport and materials. We'll show that we're further along with some of these changes than many people realize. And we'll paint a picture of what's possible when the right resources come together. And then we'll look at fairness, food and nature. We'll hear from voices across the globe on why climate justice matters, how tackling climate change can improve livelihoods and well-being. We'll look at farms of the future and explore how we work with nature and not against it. And then we'll end by asking, what's my role? Showing how businesses, investors and cities and all the people who work in them need to step up, the commitments and actions we need to take, as well as the momentum that already exists. We'll hear about the many opportunities for every one of us to play a part in building a better future. Jay, back to you.
That's great, Lindsay. Thanks. That's a fantastic overview of Countdown. And you know, for me personally, there's a couple of things that I've been really excited about since the beginning of the initiative. First is the focus on the 5 areas where we get so much leverage out of them. That really helps focus the mind. And the second has been kind of our very hopeful and solutions-focused approach to climate. I know that's been embedded into the project from the beginning. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely, Jay. I mean, I think without being hopeful and positive and active and optimistic, you don't actually get anything done. And, you know, our TED curator, Bruno Giussani, has been canvassing the globe for groundbreaking solutions. You know, for me personally, working on Countdown this past year has actually been a very hopeful experience. We can do this. We can do this if only we mobilize with passion and ingenuity.
Let's talk about your local TEDx Countdown event and what it could look like. So first, let me just explain that the Countdown events are powered by the TEDx platform. Many of you on here are TEDx organizers. Many of you, probably most of you, have been to a TEDx event, but some of you maybe have never seen it. So a quick explanation. TEDx is a program that was created by TED to empower anyone, anywhere in the world to create gatherings. And we're talking about gatherings that bring together ideas and people, because we at TED believe that when you mix those two, that's how you can bring about positive change. You probably know that in a normal year, there are thousands of TEDx events that take place around the world. And if you've been to any, you know that they come in all shapes and sizes. And a few slides are going to go, just 4 slides to give you a little sampling, 4 out of 4,000. But our events can be very big. They can be indoor or outdoor. Sometimes they're small, and they're just showcasing and screening talks. Our events can be virtual, or they can be in person. So if you'd like to see more of a sampling, just do a Google search and you'll get to see. And we also are happy to share more examples with you. Now, if you just got inspired by what we've heard and you decide to join Countdown, then you are going to create your own TEDx Countdown event. And you got a couple of choices to make. The first thing you're going to do is you got to choose your format. Is your TEDx Countdown event going to be virtual or in person? Now, all of us here, most of us are, I think, North American based or Europe based. We assume that you will be creating virtual events. And guess what? There are limitless opportunities to producing virtual events that are fun and exciting and engaging. And we're going to be showing you how, because we've been doing that already ourselves. The next choice you've got to be making is what kind of a program do you have? And you have 2 big choices there. You can simply decide to create a viewing experience, a watch party around the talks that we create and that we will showcase in the TED Countdown Global event on 10/10/2020. Those are the sessions and the talks that Lindsay mentioned earlier. You can take some of them and create a viewing experience, or you can go a step further and create your own original talks on climate. And you still have a choice. You could do both. So you could mostly show talks. You could do a little bit of yours. You could do a little bit of a hybrid. But the point is this. Your event can be as simple or as elaborate as you'd like it to be. It's a flexible format, and we are here to help you along the way. We're not going to give you all the details today because this is just a high-level information session. But when you make your choices, we are going to be guiding you specifically on how to get it done. Over to you, Lindsay.
Well, thank you, Jay. So, for example, that means that if you're a company launching new climate commitments, you can use our content at a whole series of virtual town halls in multiple languages around the world to amplify the message you want to share with employees, ignite new conversations in innovation.
To make your event successful, we will provide you these resources in the coming weeks. First, we have training sessions, one on event management and the second one on event curation. Next, we will provide you with a host kit, and that will be a guide to your event preparation, the kind of activations that you can do, discussions, all kinds of exciting stuff. And lastly, we will provide you a design kit. And the design kit is a great tool to promote you and brand your event to make it look great. It will include all the artwork from Countdown. You can then customize it to the name of your TEDx Countdown event, which will be named after your community or business or organization, etc. All the branding will be there. So your event can not only be exciting, but can also look really good. So the way the process works is if you haven't applied already, you will apply, we will grant you a license, you will know the name of your event, and after that you will start getting emails with all this information. By the way, if you haven't applied yet, I'm going to ask my team to drop in the chat the link for the application, which is super simple, literally a minute or two to do, and you can do that today. Important fact to remember, Lindsay did explain that this is a year-long initiative, but it kicks off on October 10th, 2020, and that's what we're talking to you about right now. You will be able to hold your countdown event on October 10th of this year, starting after 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or anytime in the days or the weeks that follow. Before your event, we will provide you with these things that are going to be essential for you to be able to do it. We'll give you a library with all the digital files of the videos of the TED Global event, the sessions, if you want to show them in full, or all the individual talks, if you want to kind of break them down and mix and match and make your own event. That's going to be ready for you to screen at your events, either as it is or alongside content that you create. We will also be providing translation to 8 different languages. So I saw in the chat somebody's asking, is there anybody here from India? I believe that we'll have Hindi is one of the 8 languages that we are translating it to. I'm going to ask my team to drop the 8 languages other than English that we will provide translations. All the content will arrive at translations. Great for places where English is not spoken.
We've got about 50 partner organizations working with us already in deep partnerships, and that includes the global networks of mayors. There's a number of different networks representing tens of thousands of cities and towns all over the world. A lot of those cities have already got great climate commitments. If they don't, as citizens, you need to be active, asking your local officials to step up and help transform their cities. There's incredible guidance, you'll find it on our website, around the steps that cities need to be making. So one of the things we'd encourage you to do is to reach out to your local officials, reach out to your mayor, see if they want to get involved in your local event. We know that they're committed to this journey with us, and we know that part of the conversation we're having with mayors and officials around the world is about now and about what happens next year, ending with the UN summit in November. So please reach out in your local community and get those officials on board and show that you as citizens and voters care about action in your city. Don't
forget to apply if you haven't done so already. We'd love to have you. And questions, send them to TEDx@TED.com. So let this be not goodbye, but see you very soon. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, Lindsay.
See you soon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.